you very much. Hello everybody. The situation in Karabakh is abnormal, and this abnormality stems from the fact that the local inhabitants, Karabakh Armenians, are in limbo, tyrannized by a separatist junta based in Khankendi, which, despite being in a state of impending dismemberment, is keeping them willful hostage for the sake of a hopeless venture. Harutyunyan and co., the upper crust of this clique, who are still physically present on sovereign Azerbaijani territory, are increasingly out on a limb. Their military and political resources are depleted, with the establishment of an Azerbaijani border checkpoint at the entrance to the Lachun Road on the 23rd of April, preying heavily on the minds of the separatists, making them slowly grasp the sheer impossibility of any further escapades. This illegal creation is indeed isolated, but there are few factors propping up its low-rise edifices. They hope in vain, but still hope and imagine in their wildest dreams that the situation may take a U-turn. Russia is present on the ground and, as normal, has ulterior motives. Moscow's moral support for the separatists, currently backed by temporary physical protection, appears to be linked with its desire to maintain its military footprint in Karabakh and stranglehold across the South Caucasus. However, ultimately, when the Kremlin needs to make a final decision, choosing between keeping their boots on the ground and maintaining good, amicable relations with Azerbaijan, which are, by the way, multidimensional, it will be required to act rationally. In light of its preoccupation with and declining fortunes in Ukraine, it would not be judicious of Russia to antagonize Baku further. In other words, if we compare the advantages of the prestige associated with its military presence in Karabakh and the wide range of economic benefits stemming from the opening of communications and other concomitant developments, Moscow's sense of what is right, in all probability, will be determined by cold reason and not by vague imperial pretensions. Another factor is Armenia, which presently is either gutless or merely unwilling to exert influence on the separatist clique in inducing it to be receptive to Azerbaijan's legitimate demands. Pashinyan makes a great deal of sense when he says that Armenia is ready to formally recognize Azerbaijan's territorial integrity, as all sovereign nations have done so, and the Armenians of Karabakh should decide their problems with Baku. But his words appear perfunctory, not backed up with deeds. Pashinyan's government, instead of convincing the separatist entity to receive humanitarian supplies from Artsakh, has outlandishly sent convoys to the Armenian side of the conditional border without an accord with Baku, exacerbating the tensions. In addition, by insisting on an international mechanism to address the rights and security guarantees made to Karabakh Armenians, Pashinyan gives Russia extra leverage for stalling the internal dialogue between Baku and those in Khankendi and its outskirts. Therefore, the combination of Russia's ulterior motives and Armenia's lack of courage, will or guts, results in the root of what imbues the last straw-clenching separatists in Karabakh with hope. They are encouraged, the separatists, they are being given false hope. In addition to Russia and Armenia, there are some other actors, such as France, playing a significant role in sustaining the secessionist hopes in Karabakh. On the whole, regarding the West, which is not always unified, with internal divisions and power struggles in abundance, there's a great deal of hypocrisy that is very unhelpful. Although the joint efforts of Brussels and Washington in the Azerbaijani-Armenian peace process based on the concept of the mutual recognition of territorial integrity and sovereignty is commendable, nevertheless, when one throws a glance at a wider picture, one can discern some oversights and omissions. For instance, let us compare two cases involving the situation in eastern Ukraine, namely Luhansk and Donetsk in 2014 and the Karabakh region of Azerbaijan in 2023. When 9 years ago Russia attempted and eventually sent so-called humanitarian convoys to the rebellious regions of Ukraine, the West unanimously considered this as a unilateral operation violating the territorial integrity of Ukraine, due to the absence of Kiev's consent. The government of Ukraine wanted to control the supplies, eventually demanding that all aid going to Luhansk and Donetsk should proceed not from Russia, but from its own territory. This was reasonable, and major Western powers rightly supported Ukraine. When in July 2023, Azerbaijan proposed the transportation of humanitarian trucks to Karabakh from Ardahan, as opposed to their transfer from Armenia via the Lachin road, the reaction from the West was fundamentally different and flawed. In 2014, Kiev wanted supplies to proceed from its own territory under its control, and Baku in 2023 logically wants the same regarding Karabakh. The facts on the ground are similar. Applicable norms and standards should be identical too. This adds to Baku's incredulity about the West's sincerity and noble intentions. Azerbaijan sees what I call the unmistakable signs of a tasteless and burlesque charade in the attempt to portray the present situation in Karabakh as a humanitarian catastrophe and counteract Baku's legitimate steps towards reintegrating this region. Anyway, there's a detailed article and video on this published by Caliber. Please examine them. They are highly commendable. Back to the original discussion on the designs of different actors regarding the Karabakh Armenians. As you might have noticed, I have not said much about what the major player, Azerbaijan, on the sovereign territory of which all of these developments are taking place, wishes to achieve. It is not just about the question of navigating supply routes, to which I have already referred, but also a plethora of other issues. In a recent interview with Euronews, published on the 1st of August, President Ilham Aliyev stated that for Karabakh Armenians, being part of Azerbaijani society would signal the implementation of security guarantees with their rights, including educational, cultural, religious and municipal ones, being ensured. This is not just an acceptable offer, but also a very generous one, albeit needing to be appreciated in the proper light. As stressed during his interview, President Ilham Aliyev means what he says. Did he not say before the war with Armenia in 2020 that Azerbaijan would liberate its occupied lands and restore its territorial integrity? He did. It was his life's mission, which Aliyev completed with the hand of history weighing upon his shoulders. Did he not say that it was the sovereign right of Azerbaijan to establish a border checkpoint at the entrance to the Lachin road? Has it not happened? It has. He is also saying that the Azerbaijani flag will be hoisted in Khankandi and hoisted high, with the local Armenian residents who decide to remain enjoying full constitutional guarantees and rights as citizens of Azerbaijan. That too will happen, and sooner than one may think. President Aliyev is a man who walks the walk and talks the talk. Of that, there is no shred of doubt. Thank you very much.